All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Reminder, no recordings of the press conference. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices, and give your name and affiliation when you get the mic to ask a question. We're joined by UCLA head coach Kelly Inouye-Perez and players Jordan Woolery, Charlize Palacios, and Maya Brady. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Inouye-Perez and then go to questions to players. Players will leave, and then we'll go back to questions for Coach. So, Coach, if you have an opening statement.
Yeah, I shared with my team, that's a tough team. Oklahoma's a tough team, but today they were just one pitch better than us. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of how we played. I'm proud of how we defended. Proud of both my pitchers and how they competed. The path that we're going to take is we're going to have more ABs, and I think that's a good thing. The opportunity for us to get more live ABs on the stage is going to allow us to be able to see the ball better, start getting more comfortable with the field, and I believe, this team does a great job of adjusting, so this is the path. I'm going to say it again. I'm just proud, and we're not done yet.
Questions for players? Okay, we'll start front row right with Ryan.
Ryan Aber for the Oklahoman, for all of the players. I guess starting off with you, Maya, what was the toughest thing about Kelly Maxwell today? What was working for her and what made her so difficult?
She's a great pitcher. So, she's their ace, and obviously they're at this point because of her. And she's a great person and a great pitcher. And I think Jen Rich is a great pitch caller. So sometimes it's just not your day, and sometimes it's the pitcher's day. And she came up with a lot of good pitches. But I feel like we are good enough to say that, we didn't play our best either. So obviously she's a great pitcher, and she just had great stuff working today.
Shirley, you want to go next?
I think Maya said it all. She's a great pitcher, but I think we can be one pitch better next game.
Yeah, I agree. We got to be one pitch better and just stick to having quality at bats too.
All right, we'll go front row left.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. I guess, Charlize, how impressed have you been with these two young pitchers all year long, especially on this stage right now?
That was pretty impressive of an outing for them, right? They did a really good job. They were super composed since the first pitch that they pitched, and it was really fun catching them today. They had all their good stuff today. They were gritty competitors. We've known it this entire time, but now the world knows it, so nothing new for us.
All right, we'll go third row right.
Speaking to win with the LA Times, Maya, I was actually going to ask you a similar question. Just from your perspective, from the shortstop position, just what impressed you the most about the way KT and Taylor have handled this stage in both of these games?
Yeah, to hold that offense to one run is it's a pretty good outing. So I think for me, my favorite thing is when KT gives up a hit and she turns around and laughs. And to me, that tells me that my freshman pitcher is in a really good place, and she's unshakable, and she's in her zone. And I think for all of us, we love seeing that. As a defense, that gives us a lot of confidence. And Tins literally went out there and did her thing. She did that against Alabama. In our last game, she came out and was just an absolute animal. So I think for me, obviously I'm not as involved as Char, but as somebody that's in very close proximity to them, I think they give us a lot of confidence. So they definitely gave us an opportunity to go up and score some runs for them, and they did a great job holding them to one run. And
Right, we'll go second row right.
Daniel Homrock, OU Daily. Maya, I saw you embracing Tiara before her game on Thursday. Just what was it like seeing her today, and just describe that relationship with her?
Yeah, I always love seeing her. I think obviously us not going to school together, this is kind of the arena that we get to see each other play a lot. So it's really cool. I just love watching her do her thing and live out her dream. And I told her, she sent me a nice text today, and I just told her, when you win, I win. And no matter the outcome, we love each other. And so it's just awesome to see her do her thing.
More questions for players? Okay, we'll go front row left.
Kind of sets up you guys with the rematch with Stanford. I just wonder if you guys could speak about just facing them again, especially just opportunities against Nyjah.
Maya, maybe you want to start and then come down the line?
Yeah. They're a great team. We faced them 3 times, obviously. Faced Nyjah twice. She's a great pitcher, and we're just going to have to go out and, have quality at-bats and be one pitch better than we were today.
I think we're just excited to play with each other, not really looking to the opponent. I think we're all just excited to play another 7 innings with each other.
Yeah, I would agree. And I'm just excited to play with these girls for another day, and I want to keep continuing to play too.
Any more questions for players? All Thank you, players. All right. Questions for Coach? Okay. Start front row left with Jenny.
Kelly, can you just talk about seeing an offense go through what yours did today? I mean, obviously they know that, they get a couple hits and can turn things, but also just sort of the pressure that comes with going against a pitcher pitching as well as Maxwell. What did you sort of see as the game went on from your hitters?
I saw just softball and the stage is big and there's big at-bats and there's a lot on the line, but for us it's about quality at-bats, and our ability to slow the game down is something we've been good at, and I didn't see a lot of that until in the early parts of the game, but we did slow the game down. They did take some better pitches. We did get some runners on and put some pressure on them as well. So I'm not really sure what you saw, but what I saw was we came out aggressive and we didn't really square up balls. We were swinging and missing a lot, but then we slowed the game down, had some better at-bats, got some runners on, and put ourselves in a position to win the ball game. With it, it's the game. You've got to clutch up with runners in scoring position. That's why I say they had one pitch, they capitalized, and we didn't. And so as a result, we're going to take a different path. But we're still on a mission, and like I say, I think it's a good thing that we're going to get more at bats because I want these girls to. We're better than that, and I believe that our best is yet to come. So we just got to continue to play softball.
More questions? Second row left to Joe.
Joe Masato, the Oklahoman. Kelly, offense has been down throughout the tournament, especially here in the World Series. Is it just as simple as, every team has an ace, a deeper staff? Is it just pitching is that good, or do you have any other explanations for it?
I think you just said it all. I mean, this is the best of the best. So offense is not something that you have, everybody would love to run rule teams on this stage, but it's not something that you can come in and expect when you're facing the best pitchers in the country. I'm also going to say the umpires, are I'm not blaming umpires, but we got to get used to and figure out, what the zone is and get more comfortable. We were inconsistent with what we were trying to do at the plate today. But defense wins championships here. Your ability, and we did some great things on defense. Runs are a bonus when you're facing the best pitchers in the game. But the best teams will find a way to make adjustments against these pitchers. But that's, I've been here a long time, and we've had some great games where we've blown out some teams, and that's always a lot of fun. But you also have to understand that we're facing the best of the best. So being able to come through with runners in scoring position is what you got to do if you want to win national championships. So we just have to be one pitch better.
All right, we'll go third row right.
Kelly, you mentioned those pitchers for KT after giving up that home run. What did you see kind of from her demeanor, and what makes you confident about what you can get from her tomorrow?
She is unique in the sense, she reminds me a lot of Rachel Garcia. Rachel, she was unfazed. KT is very similar at such a young age that it's very impressive for her to really kind of play her own game. She's a competitor. She's accountable. She's developed in a very short time. But to have that confidence is something that, it's tough to teach, especially on this kind of stage against that kind of offense. She won't let people beat her. She was very convicted. There was a time she shook a pitch in the middle of the game. She really hasn't done that, but she ended up getting the batter out, and she came in. She's like, "No, I know how to get her out." And I thought, she hadn't even played this team. She's never even played this team, and she doesn't even know. At the end of the day, and so I think a big part of it earlier in the season, I had them actually not look at a lot of video. It's not about who they are. It's just about your ability to come up with pitches. So. That's why I say the one pitch that she gave up, we wanted to stretch against Tiara. It wasn't a miss. It was on me on calling a pitch that was too close to the zone, and she did exactly that. But there's no fear. There's no fear for her, and I think that's impressive. She's going to have a great future simply because she loves to compete, and she gets stronger and stronger. And she doesn't like coming out of a game either, which I love. I love that. But that's what you want to have: that mentality, that grit, that ability to compete. Is something that makes the best of the best, in that circle.
More questions? Okay, I think that'll wrap things up.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.